Futura fans and YouTubers, this is Ginger and I want to talk about thread. Now remember, my videos are probably not going to be what you would expect from other videos that talk about thread. I don't know about quality or any of that kind of stuff just yet. I'm just a toddler learning like you are. But I do want to talk about the threads that I've tried in trial and error. Now my hubby just made this beautiful rack for me. It's all completed. It holds 330, and you'll see a little YouTube video explaining how he did that. And it's only $35, and it only took him a couple of days. And trust me, that's really quick for my hubby. So anyhow, when I first got my Futura quartet, I was really impatient, didn't want to wait for Amazon, and I'm not a real rich person. So I went to Walmart and I got these Coats & Clark polyester thread. I had nothing but trouble with these threads. Fortunately, I don't know, they were quite expensive for a tiny spool of thread. There's only 135 yards on one of these tiny thread things. I think they're almost $1.50 or something like that. But anyhow, I bought, I don't know, I think 12 or 15 of them. I had nothing but problems with them, like I said. Fortunately for me, I was able to order a thread art or Embroiderex from Amazon. They have like these whole kits of 50 or 60 spools of these little mini threads, and they're 500 yards to each little one. And I think it's only like $29 or something. It's pretty good for just learning your machine, and I had no trouble with them at all. However, there was something that I was lacking, and that was variety. And still not being able to come up with the $50 or $60 for Metros, or $124 for Metros, I was working on a project, and every time I would reach for a color, I didn't have the right color. So I, not too long ago, ordered another one, but here's what I found that was really important. When you get your little spools of thread, there's a number on here, and if you happen to run out of this particular shade, in my case it was a particular shade of blue. I didn't know where to get it or any equivalent of or anything. So that's one of the things you run into when you order a real off-brand. Okay, there's a trick that you can do when you want to order those off-brands. Make sure that whatever one you're ordering uses the same numbers as a main brand. Like the last one I ordered, these are the same numbers as Brothers. So if I'm using a particular shade of blue, which I was doing and do, and I run out of it, I can always go and order a 5,000 yard or a mini 1,000 yard spool of that particular color, and that's really important. Another thing that's important is keeping that number intact. So I made sure my husband made these small enough to where it was not going to poke out the top. So that was important. My thread holder that he made for me on the back of my machine it sits horizontally, not vertically, and then the thread pulls up. And since I've had that, I have no problems at all. I love it. And it does not damage the numbers at the top of it. Okay, another thing that I wanted to talk about is when I first got my machine 2 years ago and I started on the group, I asked, what the heck do you do with all these strings? It drives me crazy. And I got a whole bunch of ideas. And one of those ideas is to cut a little slit in the plastic and don't do that. Do not do that. Especially if you're using a horizontal thread holder, because when this thing gets to the end, it can get caught in that little slit and then all heck breaks loose in your machine. I do not advise that at all. I just put all these threads up here. I haven't patiently wound them all up yet, which is exactly what I plan on doing. So don't do that. So I don't have the answer for these loose threads. Makes me completely crazy out of my mind. So if you got any ideas, awesome. Another thing is this whole bottom row of thread is my cotton thread, because I was under the impression, now remember I don't know nothing about any of this, it's all brand new to me, I was under the impression that you had to use cotton thread when you're quilting because the material you're using is cotton, so use cotton thread. That is not necessarily true. I have seen several videos where long armors use polyester thread. So, like I said, you're going to hear me a lot of times saying I have no idea what I'm doing until I do it myself, and I haven't done it myself, but you can pretty much guarantee I've got the polyester thread, in so many different colors that I'm going to certainly give it a try. So let's see, what else? Yes, this rack will hold the bigger spools, the 5,000 yards or 1,100 yards, and I just love it. It's, as far as I'm concerned, like a design element in my room. So, oh, and bobbins. Woo, bobbins galore. It's making me crazy. I have bought these little doodads, as you can see in some of there. They don't stay very well. They fall out, like you saw me when I was talking, one fell out, so that's not working. Then I saw a video or something on Pinterest where they had taken some rubber tubing and slit it like in quarter, and my husband quarter little tiny little things and wrap it around the bobbin. I really like that idea, but we got the wrong size. It's when you cut the slit in the side of the plastic tubing, it's too wide and it doesn't hang on to that bobbin, so we need a smaller opening. So I'm going to give that a shot. Anyhow, I just thought I would give you a little tour of my new thread rack. As you can see, there's plenty of space for new thread, which I plan on ordering eventually, the whole Metro line. So for now, signing off. Happy 4th of July. Bye.